Until your thoughts change, your New Year resolution or goals will remain words without rain. So, build system that will run the habit. Hello. How are you all doing? Welcome to the channel. Happy New Year to you. Oh, Happy New Year. We made it into the new year. Thank God. Thank God. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. And you're welcome to Weekend Boost. So today on Weekend Boost, I'm going to be talking about habits, setting goals, New Year resolution, and all that. Towards the end of last year, there were a lot of talks about New Year resolutions, setting goals, what did not work. This time around, it must work, and all that. So for me, I want to ask: do you set goals? Do you make New Year resolution? Does it work for you? Have you tried to look for why it's not? Some of them did not work. Have you tried to find a solution to it? What are you doing wrong? Taking accountability of what you did wrong. Maybe that's why it did not work, rather than just saying, oh, it didn't work because of maybe village people. Many people set goals, but they do not groom the habit that enable those goals to be achieved. That foundation called habits needs to be addressed firmly. If you want to change something, you want to be more richer, or you want to be rich this new year, you need to set a foundation for it and practice the habit. If you don't practice the habit of what you want to do to get yourself to that ladder of being richer than what you were last year, then it is obvious that the habit that would nurture that goal were not in existence. So if there were any goals that was set last year, or a resolution that was not being achieved, it could be, most likely the problem is the habit to nurture the goals were not in existence, or was not practiced. So, like I was saying earlier, at the beginning of every year, a lot of people will set New Year resolutions, set big goals, big one, no, but in less than maybe 40 days, 90 days, they're already quitting, quietly even going back to their old ways. And in this course, they will say some believe that it's their maybe village people that are kind of stopping them from achieving those goals. Some will even go spiritual house for deliverance. They will do fasting and prayers, say, raise hand at the altar of fire as an NSPPD, but they are not doing anything to achieve those goals. They believe maybe it was village people that is doing them, and they would not do the necessary. They only leave everything for God, and they are expecting the goals to just come in place. You need to work for it. If you plant something, you need to water it. You need to kind of take care of that place and watch it grow. It doesn't just, we will not just come up just like that. These are the mistakes that some people are doing. Why some will try to go to for spiritual cleansing. Some believe that yes, January is a month of fasting and prayer, so that's what they will just put in, and others will even now retire to their faith and do nothing. So towards the end of last year, I touched on a few things that could cause on all this, which are part of it is unrealistic goals, and I'm just going to continue on that. Part of the things I also observe is that changes are difficult. It is never easy to move from one zone to another overnight. If you set a goal, you need to plan for it. Don't just expect that you're just going to jump into it. Just because we're raising hands up to God, and we know that, oh, God can do it at the tickle of an eye, at the tap of you. If you just flip your hand like this, you need to also get prepared for things. People will say, oh, they want to go viral overnight. They are not even prepared for it, and they wouldn't know how to handle it when maybe the little small viral issue comes. They wouldn't know how to handle it because they were not prepared for it. Another point is people are more comfortable with a familiar difficulties than an unknown success. So we always run back to our comfort zone. People already know, oh, when it's rainy, I'll take my umbrella, I'll do this one. They are already familiar with those known difficulties, but the unknown one, it makes one stumble. Some will fall down and they wouldn't get up anymore. Meanwhile, if they even put more effort, they could have been able to get up and fix things. But once they stumble once, they won't be able to pick up again, and they just give up. Another point is, what will people say? What will people say? This simple but devastating statement has ruined many lives. What will people say? The majority of us are loyal to people but disloyal to ourselves. And yes, I'm also talking from experience. There are certain things that, you know what, I could push my own things aside and I will help people. I want to help people. I want to see people grow. Yes, sometimes we are not loyal to ourselves. We are loyal to others. I think it all depends on how you love them. But sometimes learn to also take yourself as a priority. We have to stop trading personal love for people's acceptance of us, because it will not profit you. If you're loved by people and you dislike yourself at the end for not living the life you truly love, you will not like it. We see some parents that, they put everything for their children, but at the end, when the children have gone to their various places, they start forming their own family, they forget them. They would now start realizing that they could have lived a better life even while they were training and bringing up their children. Some also sacrificed those times for their siblings or for their loved ones, so they were not able to live the life they dreamt they would have loved to live. Another point is underestimation of action requires to truly attain great success. Whenever you try to examine those who you think they are billionaires, millionaires, billionaires, they are very, very rich and they have companies and all that, you will realize that, you know what, building and ending and generational wealth is not a small work. It's not a walk in the park, because they don't joke with what is fetching them their income. There are certain things they will not play with you with. Majority of them, they don't mix business with pleasure, because they know for them to get that pleasure, that business must work. Another point is people fail to build a system of habit that can help them achieve goals. They fail to build a system of habit that can help them to achieve goals. If you don't create a stable habit, a system of habit that will help you to kind of meet up with your goals. Also, you should also be expecting an obstacle. Everything can't really work the way you want it to go. There will be one obstacle that will either make you to buckle up, to recheck maybe you fasten your seatbelt very well or not. There might be a time where you will feel you need to loosen up that seatbelt a little bit so you can swing around a bit. Yes. So if you don't build up that habit that can help you to achieve better goals, it might not work. I will also give an example. I don't know if some people are familiar with read the whole Bible in a year or Quran in a year. Sometimes they will have to read the whole Quran or the whole Bible couple of times in a year. So it becomes something like a challenge. So they started giving us a Bible verse. Sometimes they will give you a couple of Bible verses to read in a day or in a week. And coupled with the fact that I know some of them I'm not able to meet up or one thing or the other, when I flip through, in a nutshell, when I even manage to read everything, I did so just because I don't want to feel to myself that like I failed it. Sometimes I will just flip through the pages. Oh, like, oh yeah, I know the story of Solomon. Okay, okay, I'll move to the next one. I already know I will do that. Just because I don't want to feel bad that I didn't achieve that goals. And when they ask, are people doing well with their Bible? I will say, yes, I'm doing that because I know I flipped through and I was able to achieve that. But deep inside, we know how it is. I will just flip through the book without understanding the main message or context. When it was time for us to discuss, I wouldn't have much example to give because I flipped through things just because I just wanted to mark that I've done it. So I stopped setting those kind of goals with them. Whenever they bring up, read Bible in a year, how many times in a year, or read your Bible in a year, I don't subscribe to it anymore. So I did that so that to stop, I feel like I'm messing up with my own self because I know I wasn't being genuine or concentrating on it. I'm not getting anything out of it. So I just make it an habit to just read Bible passage at my own time, a certain number of days or hours in a week, and I will understand what I read, and I can make a lot of example out of it, and that helped me. Another example is I used to set goal to save a certain amount of money per year. You know, I will save, and later something will come up and I'll just end up spending that money. At the end of the year, there will be nothing much to really show for it, though the money was available for some miscellaneous impulse spending. But that wasn't what I actually set the goals for, the money for initially. So that did not help me. I decided to join contribution group and cooperative, all this Ajo, Isusu and all that people do. So doing that, it works for me. I find out that when I join the monthly contribution, you just set the standing order. You can just have an account where it's a fixed account, that the amount that goes in every month. You can't take it out. You have to give them 30 days notice or more. Some you cannot take it out in the next 12 months. That works for me, and I work with that. Is it something else that you want to do, you plan to want to do, and you notice that the method you're trying to get is not working? You're just trying to brush through towards the end just because of the time you target for yourself is near, and you just want to brush it through just to mark it in your head or to people that, oh, you finally made it. But deep within you, that wasn't how you planned to actually achieve it. So in a nutshell, to achieve more in 2024, please build a system of habits around your life that will help you to achieve your goals. Structures constrain actions. If not, something will happen that will disturb that movement. You need to build up a system around your life that will help you to achieve your goals. Make sure you structure constrain actions. You cannot say you want to stop smoking, meanwhile you're still around those who smokes a lot. You are still inhaling those smokes. You can still be tempted. But if you say you want to stop it, you shouldn't be around it all the time. Those your friends, you're still around them when they're smoking it. You will feel like fagging that. Some of them can stretch their hand towards you to take it and just pull once or two. You say one or two, that doesn't hold. You have tried it. It is not enough to set goals and hope they will achieve themselves. You have to set goals for you to achieve it. Train yourself to achieve it. Structure constrain action to achieve them. Get to work and work daily on those goals so that your wish for 2024 can come to success. I wish you a great success in this 2024, and I pray that wherever goals or resolution you have set up, you will achieve majority of them in Jesus' name. Because I know life issues do happen to some people that they have no control of. It could be their family members, their children. Something happened that they couldn't just carry on anymore. They have to pause it. It has to pause. I pray that such will not come your way. But in peradventure something happen, always know that it's not the end of the world. You can still do it. It might not be the time frame you've given, but you will still get there. Okay? And let's thank God for entering the new year. At least you have the mindset of setting a goals. And be serious whenever you set the goals. If you don't make a plan, don't expect the goals to just come to pass. Remember the power of habit. Those that know it and practice it have led a fruitful life. In this 2024, if there's no resolution, no goals, just make sure you cultivate daily habits that command abundance. I hope this message have inspired someone today. If it brings value to you, please remember to click the like button if you haven't done so. Share this video if you can. I will appreciate that. You can super thanks and join my membership. I will appreciate that as well. And yes, I had a break prior to the end of the year, and now I'm back. I might be doing every weekend or every other weekend because I've got 2 channels that I will need to try and balance things up. I appreciate you for your love and support. Make it a resolution to live in harmony and respect the people around you. Thank you very much, and I will see you in my next one. Do take care and remain blessed. Bye bye.